The paper titled, CPG-EVAL, a multi-tiered benchmark for evaluating the Chinese pedagogical grammar competence of large language models, presents a new approach to assessing how well large language models, like ChatGPT, handle teaching grammar in foreign language education, specifically for Chinese. The authors, led by Dong Wang from Waseda University in Japan, highlight a critical gap in current AI evaluations and introduce this benchmark to address it. In the abstract, the purpose is clearly stated: with the rise of large language models transforming foreign language education, their ability to teach grammar effectively hasn't been properly tested. CPG-EVAL is the first benchmark specifically designed for this, focusing on pedagogical grammar in Chinese language instruction. Pedagogical grammar refers to the way grammar is taught in educational settings, making it practical and learner-friendly. The methodology involves creating 5 distinct tasks within the benchmark. These tasks assess different aspects of grammar competence. First, grammar recognition, which tests if the model can identify basic grammatical elements. Second, fine-grained grammatical distinction, where the model must differentiate subtle nuances in grammar rules. Third, categorical discrimination, which involves sorting grammar into appropriate categories. And finally, resistance to linguistic interference, checking how well the model handles confusing or misleading language inputs that might occur in real teaching scenarios. The findings from evaluating various models are insightful. Smaller-scale language models perform decently on simpler tasks involving single language instances, like identifying a single grammatical error. However, they struggle significantly with more complex tasks that involve multiple instances or when there's interference from similar but incorrect examples. On the other hand, larger-scale models, such as those with more parameters and training data, show better resistance to this interference. Despite this, even these advanced models have room for improvement in accuracy, indicating that current LLMs aren't yet fully reliable for educational use. The paper emphasizes the need for better alignment between LLMs and educational goals. This means developing models that are more attuned to how teachers instruct and how students learn, rather than just general language processing. Overall, the value of CPG-EVAL lies in providing a specialized, theory-driven framework. It's the first of its kind for systematically evaluating LLMs in Chinese pedagogical contexts, offering empirical insights for educators, policymakers, and AI developers. Moving into the introduction, the authors draw a provocative analogy. Imagine if human educators were allowed to teach without any certification or assessment. That would be absurd. Yet, that's essentially what's happening with LLMs in language education. Models like ChatGPT and DeepSeek are being used for tasks such as supporting independent learning, creating customized content, and helping with lesson planning. Research cited in the paper, from sources like Karatas and colleagues in 2024, shows how these AIs are already integrated into areas like writing correction, conversation practice, and resource development. The introduction also underscores the broader role of benchmarks in AI research. Historically, benchmarks aren't just tools for measuring performance. They guide technological progress by setting standards that promote expertise and sustainability. For instance, works by Shrivastava and others in 2022 highlight how benchmarks shape AI development. However, until now, there hasn't been a dedicated, education-focused evaluation for LLMs in language teaching, especially one grounded in professional expertise. To fill this void, CPG-EVAL is built on a validated pedagogical grammar classification system from teaching Chinese as a foreign language. This system is based on real instructional practices, ensuring the benchmark is relevant to authentic teaching scenarios. The goal is to evaluate how well LLMs can understand, apply, and teach grammar knowledge, serving as both a standardized tool for assessing AI capabilities and a foundation for future intelligent language education systems. In the related work section, the paper notes that benchmarks for evaluating LLM capabilities have been actively developed in natural language processing and AI fields. For example, researchers like Liang in 2023 and Zhuang in 2023 have created frameworks that measure general AI performance, often emphasizing strategic development. However, these don't specifically address educational applications or the nuances of pedagogical grammar. CPG-EVAL builds on this by introducing a multi-tiered approach tailored to language education, focusing on Chinese as a second language. The benchmark's design is comprehensive, drawing from established practices in foreign language teaching. It evaluates not just rote knowledge but the ability to handle real-world complexities, like dealing with linguistic interference from dialects or similar languages that might confuse learners. This makes CPG-EVAL a practical tool for ensuring LLMs are suitable for classroom integration. In terms of implications, the study suggests that while LLMs have potential, their current limitations mean educators and policymakers need to proceed cautiously. For AI developers, this benchmark provides a clear path to improve model alignment with educational needs, such as enhancing accuracy in grammar instruction and reducing errors in complex scenarios. It also sets the stage for future research, like refining AI for better educational suitability and making informed decisions about incorporating LLMs into foreign language programs. Finally, the paper mentions that the CPG-EVAL data and evaluation code are publicly available on GitHub, encouraging further experimentation and collaboration in the field. This openness is crucial for advancing AI in education, as it allows researchers to build upon this work and address ongoing challenges in pedagogical grammar competence.